The moment I start recording. Absolute moment I start recording. Hi. Hi, how are you? How are you, bird? How you doing? Hello. Hello. Yes. I know, you want that attention. Oh, I have to talk to the people now, okay? I have to talk to the people. You're gonna have to be patient. I'm gonna mess with you in a minute. Hello and happy gaming, everybody! How's that for the first 30 seconds of a video? Fuck all of you, I've got birds. They're yelling at me. So, today we've got kind of an alternate Dark Mage build. This one based more around defense than offense. So what we've got is we've got the Fall Robe, which decreases your maximum health, or more so just sets it to 100. But it also adds a regen factor, which if you haven't taken damage for a little bit, it pushes your health back up to 100. So we've got that going for us, but we're also going to take the Limited Edition Robe, which is going to make it so that the maximum amount of damage we can ever take from anything is essentially 10. Now on the plus side, we basically have it so that we can take whatever health reduction or whatever we want and still come out on top just fine. The downside, of course, is that if we get, say, caught in a corner and hit 10 good times by a mob of ghouls or something, then we've got ourselves some trouble. As far as our arcana, we're going with Chaos Crusher, Wavefront, which I could have chosen whatever I wanted, but I figured this would be good because I already have 2 Chaos Arcana, so we're going to need to balance it out somehow. Then we're going with the Dash Strike Inferno Cannon and Chaotic Buster, which is essentially the big charge-up attack for the Chaos Arcana. This build was presented to me by Orange Potato, so big shout out to you, and if you guys see him in the comments, say, hey yo, what up-o? Maybe not exactly like that. Alright. What do we got here? Chaotic Pendulum also increases enemy damage and speed. For players and enemies, huh? I don't know, I don't think I have anything that plays well off of that, so we're just gonna go. And we've got Freya, Zeal, and the Wonder Twins. Hey, you know what? No Atlas, so that's a bonus. Oh, there are birds chirping outside. No wonder they're getting crazy. Hey, look, we're in here! Communicate with us! We've got wonderful ideas on American literature! No, you don't. You're a bird. You've never read You've never read any literature. Be it American, French, Italian, Japanese. You have not read literature. You're a bird. So, Chaotic Buster basically has 2 modes. The initial burst actually has a melee hitbox, so then it can fire out at range. So this actually is a 2-hit Arcana at close range, but single hit at long range. So basically what we have is a lot of melee burst damage, but not a lot of ranged control. Not that that's necessarily a huge problem. Because if we play carefully enough, we should be able to keep ourselves under control basically well enough. Especially if we can trap them up against the wall and just continuously Chaos Crush them like that. So, Iris, we only have 2 Arcana. And you can't... 2 Arcana that need to be upgraded, and you can't sell them to me. I am disappointed. And I already have 1 Charge Arcana, so I don't necessarily want to go with the second one. So, the hell with that. There we go. So, we've got huge amounts of burst damage. It's not a lot of sustained DPS, but I would hardly call that an issue. Especially with Wavefront to help out with a little additional knockback. So what are we looking for in this run? What kind of things would we like? Well, a little bit more control, at least at mid-range. Long-range control might be a little much, but a little bit of mid-range control would be good. Something like Tracer Barrage or Spark Array are kind of what I'm thinking for that. There we go. Get out of here. And there you just saw the health regeneration kick in. Basically, as long as we're not playing like a complete idiot, we should be able to not worry about health. But like I said, this does also give us the weakness of we could potentially... I will take Fiery Paintbrush, thank you. We could potentially just get stomped down by... Oh, and you know, since Iris isn't selling anything interesting, since Iris isn't selling anything interesting, English is not my primary language today. Apparently gibberish is. You bastard. There we go. Alright, now we're looking better. There we go, see? Not bad at all. See, as far as relics are concerned, we're scoring a lot of hits quickly, so... So right now I'm leaning more towards I'd like to see critical hit stuff. But with Inferno Cannon, we still get some benefit from just straight up damage improvements. Look at the amount of damage that does. Just nuts. So Chaotic Buster is definitely a good damage dealer, make no mistake about that. Unlike... Why are you... You know what, let's take it, because I have the sneaking suspicion that if the wards work for all Chaos Arcana, maybe these specific damage increase ones work with Chaos Arcana as well. I don't know. But we'll find out. I get the feeling they don't, but, you know, you don't know until you try. Oh, maybe they do. Or maybe something else is raising my damage that I hadn't thought about. I don't think so. I don't think so, gentlemen. This isn't your story to tell. Okay, so actually Chaos Crush. You know, when I first got Chaos Crush, I was looking at it going, this is an odd missile weapon. This is an odd missile range basic. Why would I use this instead of Bouncing Blaze? Well, the answer is, for straight missile range, you probably wouldn't. On the other hand, for close range, this is kind of hard to beat. And I guess that's a good reason. It's a good reason for me to think, well, it's a missile range Arcana, but why does it work with Dark Katana? Well, now I know. Why aren't you dead? Okay. So, the boss room is actually like 10 feet from the starting room, but, you know, separated by a wall and You know, all that stone and plaster, and not to mention the Atlantic Ocean. Just a tiny little thing just separating them. God, I wonder why that's his definition of tiny. There's our mid-range control right there. Alright, so we're upgrading Inferno Cannon, and we are taking the bubbles. Now more than ever, we'd really like to see something to help boost our critical hit rate. Even something just as simple as Analytical Monocle would be huge. Okay, I'm kind of liking Chaos Crush more and more the more I'm using it. The more I'm understanding its myriad uses for what exactly it does. So it's mid-range it's close-range DPS, but it's mid to long-range control. I see you there, Dr. Song, but see, part of actually Elixir of Might might be nice. I don't know. I'll have to see what comes up as I finish out this floor. Maybe, just maybe, we find that Anders doesn't have anything that we want, so we can spend a little bit of extra money. Well, no, because he's got the Token of Health. I can just give Dr. Song that on the next castle floor, and we'll be fine. So yeah, never mind the original idea. We'll just do that. It's a lot more cost effective. So, again, thank you very much for the run. I've got to say, Chaos Crush is a little bit better of a basic than I gave it credit for. And I understand that was because of my mindset at the time. I was thinking, wow, this is a really slow windup for a missile range basic. Why would I ever use it? Well, again, don't use it like a missile range basic, you dummy. Silly strafe archer. And you are Boots of Frenzy. What do you do? Actually, that's kind of nice, because I do like my movement arcana quite a bit. Oh, it's funny how they changed that to movement arcana. I wonder if that also means things like Blazing Vault and Airborne Slam, since you move when you use those. Possibilities are becoming more interesting. Wouldn't you agree? Yeah. Now burst down her health real quick. Alright, that went fast. Alright, bye Freya, I'll see you later. That's Shock Nova, I'll take it. Alright, so now we're looking for the upgrades for the bubbles and the wave front. I don't know if I'm going to be keeping Shock Nova, but if nothing else, it's good smooth. It's good area control. I'm a genius. Silly archer. Did you really think you could escape me? Don't be dumb, my friend. That's right, bunch yourselves up. This just makes my job easier. I don't care about your Molotov. Alright. You come down to the next room, because that's how dungeon crawling works. Alright, there we go. So Shock Nova is more of a close range control, but again, not complaining. It is at least some amount of control. Also, I just saw Boots of Frenzy kick in there. That was pretty beast. All of a sudden, I had 100 charges of my movement arcana, thinking, yeah, this is definitely where I parked my car. There's the doctor. We'll go ahead and give her the token, and hopefully we get something like critical placebos or arcana of elixir. Perfect. For science! Renewing potion. Oh, that's not really all that useful, unfortunately. I still appreciate her giving it to me because I love that item. It's just not really all that useful right now. Regardless, I have it, so now I need to figure out what the hell am I going to do with it. Well, you mean you could always attach it to a chain and hang it around your neck. Just use it as a souvenir. Alright, what do we got here? We'll definitely take the Berserker's Axe. 3 Gorges Bulwark. Yeah, that's not useful anymore. Well, I don't know. There's always Sura who throws frost fans. Well, yeah, but that's not exactly the same thing as being incredibly useful, now is it? Jade's Chakra Locket, on the other hand, that's useful. So is the Ring of Reserves. Crap, I don't think I'm going to get that much money. We also still haven't seen Iris. Crap. Alright, no problem. No problem. More than likely, she wasn't going to sell anything that I wanted anyway. Now, you know what's going to happen, right? I'm going to get there and be like, okay, Iris, what do you have for sale? She's like, well, I figured you would want this bouncing bubble and wavefront upgrade, but, I mean, if you don't have the money for it, and I'll just be like, curse you, Anders. Curse you in selling things that are really good. Wow, that's the first time I've slipped up on this controller. Well, she's got the wavefront, but not the bouncing bubbles. So, I mean, if I can get the money together before the end of the floor, which shouldn't be too difficult, I can at least get the wavefront upgrade. Okay, you little buzzsaw bastard. Alright, defeat the boss, get the wavefront upgrade, and then it's on to the next floor. Come at me, bro! Woo! We've got damage, baby! Barely even need anything else. Well, except for now we'll get Captain's Ring. What are you doing right now? Plus 12. Yeah, I can live with that. No, not Ring of Reserves. Remember what you just said, genius. Wee-hee! Get ready! And again, I really like renewing potion vials, just for this run, not very useful. Literally any one of my other runs that don't use this, more useful. I'll take that. Yeah, now the enemies are gonna have twice as much trouble hitting me with status effects. Really? That's absolutely ridiculous. See, the funny thing is, with how this works, I can basically just storm in face, like, literally face first into a problem and be like, right, what we got here? And just slam my face into the problem, and once I'm done, just walk away and get like, okay, bye. That is, of course, as long as I'm not slamming my face head first into a group of ghouls or knights, and watching them curb stomp me into oblivion. Okay, Boots of Frenzy are actually coming in really helpful right now. Stupid ghoul. Alright, Taffy. Can I beat you effectively? Yep. Alright, you gonna give me anything good? I do like Dragon Blast. I will take it. As it'll probably be more effective than Shock Nova on the next floor. I think Wavefront was definitely the right idea this time around. Normally when it's like I'm gonna be having trouble when it comes to some form of control, I should take Chaotic Grip so I can just be like, poof, bye bitches. But this time around, I'm like, you know what? I could probably use some form of secondary elemental damage because I've got multiple Chaos Arcana. That coupled with my need for some sort of defense, maybe I'll take Wavefront. It's like, yes, that is the smart idea. Also, with a little bit more knowledge about how Chaos Crush works, and that's also doing wonders. And that's one of the things that I like about doing these is that when I'm not the one choosing the build, it makes me try other things, and sometimes I find things that are really effective, sometimes I find things that are really ineffective, and sometimes I just straight up find things that, while they're interesting, don't necessarily fit my way of play, which doesn't make them bad, just makes them different. Nonetheless, getting to try some new things has made me appreciate some of the spells that I don't really use all that much. Alright. Oh, I see a heavy travel jacket. Then, if I can afford it, I'll probably come back for Sano's headband. Did I? Alright, Iris, were you selling anything interesting? No, you weren't. Oddly enough. Well, I mean, you are. You're selling... I'm alright on Rushing Typhoon, but the things I'm seeing here that I really like are Bouncing Surge and Flame Fusion. That having been said, I think what I have is definitely just fine. I already have a Bouncing Arcana. I've got close range fire burst damage, and pretty much my bases are covered. Let's come back here. Since we do have a few close range things, we'll take Sano's headband. And now I've got a few Arcana that I can just get rid of if I need to. So let's see what happens. And of course we're not going to find Cremire, because we've got, what, 2 or 3 things that we're never going to use? Yeah, he's not going to show up. You know, when he could add to his collection, he's just going to be like, oh, I think I'm just going to go play Friday Night Magic. Which, by the way, if any of you are gonna go play Friday Night Magic tonight, by all means, go have your fun. I used to participate in Friday Night Magic, but I don't know. I got really self-conscious about my decks, but also a little upset because the decks that I like to play, I like to build and play, aren't just the things that get posted online. I enjoy building and playing my own ideas, and some of them may use some of the popular cards, but I don't make it my strict goal to only use those cards or only use the decks that win at big tournaments. I sometimes like to build stupid things. Okay, I have no idea what just happened. Apparently my drives temporarily said, nah, I don't want to be here. Now I'm bored. And yes, those are the names of my drives. How do you know what's on them? Trust me, I just know. But yeah, I'm not the sort of person that'll just go in and just build whatever's popular. I always want to build my own thing, and that means that more often than not, I'm building things that are either what people view as not worth their time, or to be fair, let's face it, sometimes what I build is suboptimal. But I mean suboptimal according to whose views, of course. Just because I'm not like getting a victory within turn 3 doesn't mean that I think my deck is terrible. I love Thundering Chain, but I think I'm fine for right now. I don't feel like I need to take that. So it led to this thing where, yeah, I enjoy playing Magic, but it's like unless you're building like a top 5 or a top 10 like modern or standard tournament deck, no one really cares. It's like if you're playing more or less just because you enjoy playing, then you're just a newbie casual and you're not worth anyone's time. And I know there are some video games that are like that. It's just you can practically cut the elitism with a knife at Friday Night Magic events. At least from my experiences. I know it's probably not the fairest thing to say, but that's just what I felt when I was going. That could also just be because of my competitive nature, though. I like to think that I'm doing well at what I'm doing, and by basically proving that I had no idea what I was doing, or rather no intention of following along with the norm, it just made things difficult for me. By the way, we can pretty easily take double toil because we're not actually going to receive double damage. So we can do that. And now we've got pretty ridiculously low cooldowns. I see you there, Merchant's Cart. That'd be a great damage boost. Sorry, please try to understand. I am using essentially the equivalent of a Super Nintendo controller, which means that the positions of the face buttons are reversed. And yes, that is throwing me off a little bit. There we go. And the whole point of this room I already picked up, so I'm going this way now. By the way, what level are we on? 3-1. Got it. Where am I going? I'm just running. No direction in mind, no clear goal, just, what's over there? Ah! Then everyone stops and looks at you and says, what are you doing? And then I stop, I look at myself and I go, what are you doing? Beautiful burst down. We've got so much burst damage right now. What's funny is that I really wanted to get critical hit relics, but then they didn't show up. So I was like, okay, let me get other things. And then I got fiery paintbrush and the merchant's cart, berserker's axe, and yeah, it's working. It's working pretty nicely. By the way, yes, you are noticing that I'm getting negative points for having taken more than 100 damage. So if, for whatever reason, you're looking for high scores, this is probably not the build for you. On the other hand, if you're just looking to complete runs, and you just want to burst everything down, this probably is the build for you. Or if you're speed running. Although if you're speed running, you're probably taking Chaotic Comedy and Evading Zephyr already, so why would you listen to me on that one? Yeah, with double toil on, I can basically just use my spells almost endlessly and instantaneously. Now, if I had taken Chaotic Pendulum, it really would be almost instantaneously because my spells would have almost no cooldown. But I didn't feel like it was I didn't feel like this was the right choice for it. I normally am not trying to focus on just casting one spell infinitely, so I just felt like this was the better, like not taking Chaotic Pendulum was the way to go. But yeah, if you want a run where you just can cast one spell infinitely and almost instantaneously, then you want to start with Chaotic Pendulum and then hope to find Double Toil somewhere in the run. Without Double Toil, you've just got a spell that you can cast quickly, but not instantly and instantaneously. Got anything good over here? Oh, I see Bubble Slaps. But no Bubble Slaps. Why couldn't you upgrade the bubbles I'm already using? Iris. Iris, you meanie. I'm gonna make fun of your art now. Because that's what you do when you don't get your ways. You just devolve into the mindset of a child and just call people names and make fun of them. That doesn't sound very mature. Well, why not? It works in politics. Well, I'm aware that that was kind of a low blow, but at the same time, that is kind of what political discussions have devolved into, is just name calling and making fun of people. You don't actually discuss points or any particular like strengths or merits of anyone else's ideas. You just go, "You're wrong, you're racist, you're homophobic, you're blah 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 blah." And no one listens to anything that the other side has to say, and no one gets anything done. And that's politics in a nutshell. So, have fun knowing that that's where our future lies, with no one actually making any meaningful choices, and no one actually getting anything done. Why? Because fuck it, I'd rather spend my time trying to dunk on this person than having an actual conversation. It is basically what happens when you let your emotions take over instead of your brain. Sorry, I try not to get political. It's just that's kind of what's been bugging me as of late, so I apologize. I don't want to be that guy, but Christ, it just bugs me so much. Melee Arcana damage is reduced. So that would reduce the damage of Inferno Cannon, but increase the damage of the Bubbles and the Chaotic Buster. I don't know, I think I'd rather keep them balanced. Plus, I've already gone out of my way to get a full spread of relics. Maybe I don't need to go that much further out of my way. Okay, Lancer, you can eat my dick. There we go. Completely forgot I had the Storm Draft, or Dragon Monkey. Dragon Blast, that's it. Now that I've said that, I'm sure some of you are going, wait, what does a Dragon Monkey look like? Does that have a form? Can I take one home? I mean, unless you inherited Neverland Ranch, you're probably not having a lot of monkeys in your house. Okay, maybe I shouldn't just go nuts. Beautiful. Now, by the way, I know what an ace is. It's essentially someone who's really good at what they do, or like ranked number 1. What is a maven? Like, I should probably know that. I tend to be pretty good with the English language. I mean, except on days ending in Y, of course. But I am not sure what the word maven actually means. I know that she's apparently a lightning maven, but what does that mean? Does the word maven have any sort of meaning outside of like in this specific case? I mean, it must. Surely someone knows what that means. The devs at Contingent 99 probably know what it means, but I'm sorry, I'm an idiot. I don't know what it means. Alright. Oh, now you'll give me the Bouncing Bubbles upgrade. Yeah, thanks. By the way, I wonder if the devs at Contingent 99 actually got my message that Jade's Jewel Tiara is currently bugged. Because I would love to see that get fixed. And speaking of the devs, when I logged into my Switch this morning because I wanted to play some Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, I noticed that Wizard of Legend did get updated, so if you're playing on console, check your versions. You may have gotten upgraded to the latest build. Thank you, Fiery Paintbrush, for making my damage output stupid. Like, if you're wondering what those, like, bursts of flame are around my character occasionally when I hit with anything, like, that is the Fiery Paintbrush taking effect. Yeah, you definitely underestimated me, sir. Owie. See, and that's what happens when you stop paying attention to what's going on around you and take a big combo. There we go. See, ultimately, though, not bad. And so long as you're paying attention to what's going on around you, you should have no problems with the fall limited edition rogue. I almost said rogue, limited edition rogue. Perfect. That's like if you're looking for X-Men comics. You have limited edition rogue. Oh yeah, right here. Not that I know if Rogue got her own comics or not. I would imagine she did. She was one of the more popular characters. I could also just be a strange, silly, sad person. Could also be that the comics industry is falling apart and no one cares anymore. Oh ho ho ho! Yeah! Boy, Darkseid really got political today. I wonder what's going through his head. Lots of things. Remember, I live in Minneapolis where everything went fuck nuts. So, anyways, let me clip that on the head. I'm not trying to get weird, but everyone, thank you very much to watching. And again, thank you very much to Orange Potato for the build. This actually taught me quite a bit about Chaos Buster, and now I'm actually kind of stoked to try it in other builds. Like, I'm definitely thinking a Dark Katana Chaos Buster build is try another decent melee critical hit focused build could be a lot of fun. So, there you go. Thanks for teaching me something. And again, if you guys have any suggestions, let me know about them in the comments, and I will see what I can do about them. So, until next time, my name is Darkseid Walker, and I will be seeing you.